Welcome back to math class. This is the new normal. We're going to be doing a cross mixing of online and in class, so that's kind of a hybrid situation. You will be able to come in and ask questions, so that'll be really good. All right, so I know the top three questions you have are who, what, and why. Who are you, meaning me? What kind of math class is this anyway? And why am I here? Okay, so these three critical questions I'll be answering. First, we're going to work on who are you? Me. Okay, who am I, Mrs. Cronquist? Oh, there we go. Okay, I have a family. I have one husband. Thank goodness, that's what's legal. 3 kids. They are 28, 36, and 38 years old. My education. I have a BS in mathematics and computer science from Santa Clara University, and I have a master's in education from University of Phoenix and a certification of educational therapy from UC Riverside. Residences. I was born and raised in San Jose, California. We moved to Singapore for 6 years while my children were in elementary school. Then we returned to San Jose in 1994 along with our 2-year-old daughter. She was new. All right, we moved to Klamath Falls in the summer of 2018. So we've been here just over 2 years. Okay, but what kind of teacher are you, you ask? Well, first off, I believe that math is easy. If you don't believe that, if you don't think it is, then you haven't been taught well. That's my philosophy. So, math is like a skyscraper. You start from the foundation, you build up this nice foundation, and then you start laying on floor after floor. Okay, now, if your foundation isn't strong, then your whole building is unstable and wobbly and likely to fall over. For example, considering your math learning. In first grade, you were sick for a month and you missed all that math and nothing has made sense since then. It's just been kind of a blur. All right, that's okay. We have a hole in the wall. We're missing a bit. Okay. Or maybe you just have weakened levels. Example, in 4th grade, you didn't like your teacher, so you learned very little. That floor is missing a wall. And then in 6th grade, they threw in a new curriculum at you, and you and the teacher were lost, and that floor is now missing a wall and a couple of windows as well. So now we've got this building that's kind of shaky, right? And we're expecting you to build more floors on top of these shaky floors. That's not going to end well, is it? All right, the more holes you have in your building, the harder it is to build the next layer, and that's what we're trying to do. All right, so first line of business, let's patch those holes. All right, understand, I love to teach. I love to work with students. It's one of my favorite things. All right, my favorite student is one who wants to understand. Do you catch the difference there? Wants to understand. Not that does understand necessarily. Sometimes you'll understand right away, and that's cool. But you want to understand. So if you don't understand, you don't just let it go and throw up your arms and say, oh, well, I'll never understand that anyway. No, 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 no. Remember, math is easy. If you didn't get it, then I didn't connect well for you. So we'll work on it. All right, now next, please ask questions. It's the only way I'm going to know that you're not asleep, okay? If you're sleeping through the lectures, then of course you're not going to understand. So if you ask questions, then I know you're not just asleep with your eyes open. So please ask questions. Hey, my daughter sleeps with her eyes open, so it's possible. All right. Help me figure out where I lost you. Questions such as, I don't get it. Well, first off, that's not a question. That's a statement. Second off, it's not very helpful. What I really need you to do is to tell me where I lost you. For example, it might be, okay, I got this step and then I got that step, and you know what? I do not see how you made that next step. Sometimes it can be from the very beginning. So then it's something like, you know, Mrs. Cronquist, I don't know even why you're going there. Why are you doing that step? Why? I don't even know where to start when I get a problem like this. Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's a great question, because then I know how to explain what you're looking for. Otherwise, I spend an hour explaining how to start a question, and you're really asking, how come I lost that negative sign? Right? So I need to know where I lost you. Makes it much more efficient. All right, and never give up on yourself or on me. Okay? You can get there. You can figure this out. I have confidence that all of you can figure this out. It may take a little more effort than for other people, but that's okay. There are things you do really easy and they can't do, right? So, you know, that's okay. If you're a great skateboarder, I can't skateboard with anything. I'd kill myself, but I'm good at math. So we all have our things. It's okay. I'm happy to teach you my thing. All right. Don't give up on me. If during our first conversation you don't get it, tell me. Don't say, oh, yes, I get it, when you really don't. Say, okay, I get most of that, but I missed this part. I don't understand how you're getting here. Why you're choosing. How do I look at this problem and know even where to start? These are the kinds of questions I would expect to hear. I like those questions because I can help you with that. But please, you've got to keep asking. Don't give up on yourself or on me. All right. Lastly, I'm dyslexic. Some of you may be dyslexic. Some of you may have other learning disorders. That's okay. Learning differences don't have to define you. I figured it out. I can help you figure it out. In fact, I have a degree in helping you figure it out. I'm actually an educational therapist, so I can help you figure out how to learn no matter what your disorder or difference might be. So please speak up. Let me know. All right. Now we're going to move on to the what. What kind of math class is this anyway? All right. All right, here we go. All right, the point of Math 52 is twofold. First, it's to help you place into the next class, Geometry, Algebra 2, Pre-Calculus. You don't want to have to redo a class because we've had this pandemic thing and you lost a lot of the stuff you learned before. All right, so this is to help you place. Second, it's to help you learn how to get the help you need from the web or even from your teacher. All right, Math 52 is a lab class, which means that the lectures will be at a minimum. All right, you will take a placement survey at the start, and that lets us know where you would place if you were trying to step into your next level class. Okay, if that's a no-go, they'd make you, let's say they'd make you repeat Algebra 1. You took Algebra 1 last year, even though you had a great teacher, it's been 6 months since you last opened a math book, or it's been a while and so you've forgotten a lot. It's been a lot going on. Totally understandable. But let's say they want to place you back in Algebra 1 again. You don't want to take Algebra 1 again. So let's patch the holes and then you can place into Algebra 2 or into Geometry, I believe, is your next class. So that's what we'll do. All right. You won't, since it is a lab class, there are no interim tests. You have a survey at the beginning and then a survey at the end. The growth between those two, that's your grade. So your grade is dependent upon you. All right? I'm here to help, but basically you have to do the work. You just have to do the work. Okay. Now, all right, you will take a placement survey. Then we will be determining, you and I will determine the best path forward for you, and together we will make a strategy for getting there. We'll sit down, we'll make a goal plan, right? This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is what we're looking to achieve. You are a crucial part of your success in this class. You will then do whatever you need to do in order to complete the assignments we have agreed upon. Don't worry, you'll get lots of help with this one. We'll meet twice a week for 80 minutes as a class. In that time, I will take questions and give mini lectures whenever needed. All right, the grading scale in this class. Completion of your goal is 50%. Your assigned work that we've agreed upon is 20%. Showing up and doing your work is 20%. You'll have a notebook that's worth 10%. All right, note. Please take notice of the fact that achieving your goal is 50% of your grade. So that's really important that you do. All right, now we're moving on to our last question. Why are you think me, yourself, why are you here? Well, let's look at this. Okay, you're here because we've had a very difficult spring and summer this year. In a normal summer, you'll tend to lose bits and pieces of the last 3 or 4 months of learning. This year, you didn't get a traditional third trimester, so you've lost close to double the amount of normal years. This class is designed to help you patch those holes. Notice the buildings at the bottom. Okay, we've got one that's getting worked on. That's you right now. We're going to work on you. We're going to identify where those holes are. We're going to patch them up. You see the second building. They're all patched up. And then the third building, we're able to lay more layers on it. And now it's a lovely skyscraper. Okay, so that's you in the future. All right, so if you have questions, if you've watched this ahead of time, you can email me questions. I'm available from 9 to 5 pretty much any day. Just email me or text me and I'll answer your questions. We are going to have so much fun this year. See you later.